Ned.
Remember what Mr. Potts had in the window last year?
Mm-hmm.
Will he have it there again now?
I imagine so.
And there'll be new things inside too?
Don't get your hopes up.
Why?
Because we're only going to buy flour.
Can I go ahead now, Mum? Please? Please?
All right, go on.
Happy Christmas, Mrs. Gibbs.
All right, come on. Let's go.
You soiled the glass.
Does he really look like that, Mum?
Oh,
Father Christmas.
Morning, Mrs. O'Day.
good morning, Mr. Potts.
Be with you in a tick.
Hello, Mr. Watson.
How'd you do? Well, that'll have to be all. You haven't anything else at the back, have you?
Sorry.
And you have no more decorations?
You've cleaned me out.
Well, you must have some cotton wool.
Well, only what's in the window.
And you call this a general store? I'll go and get it. I'll take all you have.
Well, someone's going to have a white Christmas, eh? Listen, young fella, me lad. Why don't you pop over there and have a bit of a look? It's going to be a big party again this year, is it, Mr. Watson?
The usual people.
Oh, rumour is you're doing it extra special, though. A real Yule log shipped in and everything.
What is a Yule log?
Oh, it's an English tradition, really. A special log you burn at Christmas.
It is my belief, sir, that when you cease living up to your traditions, you have betrayed the Empire. Although there are some people in this colony who may not share your sense of loyalty to the Crown, Mr. Potts.
Watch this. That's a bank.
Mum, look. This is what I want for Christmas. It's a bank. See? You put a coin in here, and it rolls down here.
Put it back, Ned.
Please?
You know we can't buy anything like that.
Please?
Ned,
Can't I, Mum? Please?
I could extend the credit a bit more, if it'd help.
Thanks.
Just this one thing, Mum.
We don't have any money. Why don't you go outside and wait for us? Ned.
I'm not going to get anything for Christmas. It's not fair. Father Christmas.
Come along, Ned.
It was him! Father Christmas! I saw him! Really? It was just like in the picture.
Uh-huh. Not this year, Ned. I don't think Father Christmas would come in all this heat.
Truly, Mum, Father Christmas.
Who's that?
Mr. Watson's son.
Angus? He's certainly grown.
I know Father Christmas when I see him, Mum. The heat wouldn't really bother him, would it, Mum? I mean, he could still get around and everything. In the picture, he's got a cart just like this. We can get around.
Mum, look.
Whoa! It's a dust storm. Yeah! Come on!
Come on! Sarah, you help your mother in the house. Ned, you come with me.
Yeah! Get that one! Get the windows! I'll start wrapping the food! Get what you can to fill the cracks in the walls! Clothes, napkins, anything!
Now you wait here.
Christmas. Father Christmas! Father Christmas, wait for me! Excuse me, Father
Whoa. Morning, Ned.
Hello, Ned. What are you doing here? My dad came to borrow something. Come on in the shed. Wait till you see what I found. Gosh, it's a dingo. Where'd you get it? Father Christmas. Father Christmas? It's not Christmas yet. I know, but he's around. I saw him twice, and the second time he led me right to the spot. What spot? I found the puppy. It was right in the middle of the dust storm. That's why I'm going to call her Dusty. Truly? You actually saw Father Christmas? Truly? Where's its mother? Died in the storm. I saw her. Poor little Dusty. You're too young to be without your mum.
In here somewhere.
Hey. I thought you were going to clean this place up.
I am.
Your mother and Sarah finished the house hours ago.
I'll get it done, Dad. Honest.
And well, just so you do. Done enough mischief for one day. You know where that bow saw is? Little one? Ah. You know, Ned, don't get any ideas about keeping that wild dog. Understand that?
Come on, Pip. Better go home. Thanks again, Pen. I'll get it back to you next week.
All right.
Come on, love.
Bye. Bye, Pip.
It's a good thing your grandmother can't see this.
Why?
Oh, her roses. She kept them so healthy all summer long, year after year. I used to love the fragrance.
Don't they ever have droughts in California?
Not where we were, at least. You remember, don't you?
Yes, a little bit. I remember it snowed once at Christmas time.
Yes, yes. It's hard to imagine here, isn't it? Sarah, I don't think I'll ever get used to it. Christmas in the summer.
I've been around all the water holes. They're finished.
Even the big one in the gully?
Yeah. The dust storm. They're nothing but mud holes. If the sheep go in there now, they'll just get stuck and starve to death.
What are we going to do, Dad?
Patrick, you are not giving up.
What am I supposed to do? We've been losing 25 a day, even before all this.
Could we take them to the high country? There's still rain up there.
It's too late. The stock roots are dry as a stick.
And we will just have to find water for them here in the district.
There isn't any.
Yes, there is. Lake Birabindi.
I'd rather die of thirst myself.
Patrick, we could ask him. If he says no, what
Liz,
difference
I
would
am
it
not going to
make?
ask that man for anything. So help me, never.
You're of no further use. All three of you are dismissed as of now.
Just a minute. Hang on then, sir.
There'll be no debating. You'll be off the property by this afternoon.
Oh, don't worry, Bill. We'll look after you till your eyes come right. Come on.
Father, there isn't any work around for them.
Of course there is.
Well, not at this time of year.
It may or may not be true, but it's no concern of ours.
Well, maybe not, but for them it means they'll have nowhere to go.
Well, one place is as good as another in this godforsaken country.
You could have at least waited until after Christmas.
Angus, there's nothing for them to do. We've hardly any cattle left, and those that we do have, you and I can look after by ourselves. And despite what you seem to think, this is a cattle station, not a benevolent society. And we're not in the business of employing men to do nothing. Besides, I don't want them hanging around the yard making fools of themselves like they did last year. Now, please, let that be the end of it.
Tie looks nice.
It's not the paradise I promised you, is it?
What?
Oh, this country. I should never have brought you back here.
It's not perfect. But we're here now and we'll make it work. As long as we just keep trying. Patrick, take Ned with you.
He hasn't finished tidying the barn yet.
He can do it later.
Excuse me, Mr. Watson, but there's someone here to see you.
Who is it? Oh, this is a surprise. What do you want here, Mr. O'Day?
Well, as you know, sir, it's getting pretty dry in the district.
It happens every 7 or 8 years. But then you've hardly been here long enough to know that, have you?
All I know is I've got a lot of very thirsty sheep. And the only decent water around is on your land.
So, get to the point.
I have a proposition to put to you. Half the profit from my next wool clip for the use of the lake.
Birabindi?
Only until the rains hit.
What's that bad over your way, is it?
It's getting that way, yes.
Sorry, I can't help you.
There's plenty of water in the lake. We're still nearly full.
I know. The drought may continue. I might need it myself eventually.
For what? You sold most of your cattle weeks ago.
All but the finest breeders, Mr. O'Day, and I can't take chances with them. Look, this is what I don't like about the whole lot of you selectors. You move in on a worthless piece of grazing land and overstock it. And when the going gets rough, you come running to the big landholders expecting a handout.
Father!
Quiet, Angus.
A handout.
Well, that's what it is, isn't it?
Come on, Ned.
Come on, Ned.
What's all this then? Added thieving to our bag of tricks, have we?
I didn't steal it, Dad. Truly, it fell off all by itself.
Mr. O'Day! Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mr. Georges has accepted. That makes 17 altogether.
Mr. Georges?
He's the nephew of the new governor. People will expect him to be here. Now you have everything you need for the kitchen?
Oh, yes, plenty. But, sir, you're sure you still want a hot meal?
Why on earth not?
The weather, sir. Yes, sir. I'll get started on it tonight.
Miss Daly? There's a campfire out there. Who is it?
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I wouldn't know.
We'll get one of the men to find out.
I can't, sir. You let them all go.
We'll get Angus then.
He went out checking fences. He's not back yet.
Put it away before you hurt somebody.
What the devil are you doing here?
G'day, old mate.
This is sheer lunacy. You know there's still a price on your head?
It's great to feel wanted, ain't it?
Not if you're caught, which you well could be.
I won't be here long. I only came for a little chit-chat with you.
Really? Now, what would you and I have to chit-chat about?
A piece of land. The one we're standing on in actual fact.
What about it?
Half of it's mine, remember? We were partners when we bought it.
You have no legal claim. Because your share of the money was gained by illegal means.
What's wrong with trading horses?
Nothing. if they happen to be yours.
Nobody would have known any different if you hadn't given them ideas.
Are you suggesting it was me that told the police?
Yeah. Got me out of the way nice and neat, didn't it? So you could have all this Butte land to yourself.
Preposterous.
Don't give me that. Because of you, I've been on the run for 20 years. You owe me 750 pounds. It'd set us straight, I reckon.
750 pounds. It's more than double your share.
And a tenth of what it's worth. Have the money by tomorrow night, understand? I'll be there, and I mean business. Happy Christmas, old chum.
I'm sorry, Patrick,
For what?
that you had to ask him. You were right, you shouldn't have.
That's not your fault. You were only doing what you thought was right. Which is more than I can say for Ned.
What?
Oh, you know what I mean. He's too far out of line.
Well, he hasn't been very good about his chores lately.
No, he hasn't. And for a start, he's gonna have to get rid of that dingo.
It's only a puppy.
I know, Liz. But it's a wild animal. It's a sheep killer. I've got enough trouble controlling them without having one right here in the house.
Well, all I know is that it's Christmas. Ned's a little boy, and this year the closest thing to a present he's gonna see is that little puppy. Let him keep it just for a while.
Oh, you little beauty.
Liz! Look at this place. Where is he?
He must have gone with Sarah.
Where?
To collect things for decorating the tree.
That boy's gonna have to learn.
If Mr. Watson catches us, we're in for it.
He can't spare a few wild flowers, and he must be even worse than everybody says he is.
Sarah, look.
Good day.
We're not on your land, are we?
Oh, yes, but it doesn't matter. That's fine.
We were just collecting a few wildflowers. I guess we didn't realize we crossed over your boundary.
Yes, we did.
I hope you don't mind. There aren't any flowers left near us.
No, of course not. What are you going to use them for?
Christmas decorations. It's all we ever use.
Oh, I see. Would some blue ones be any good to you? They're not dry, but they should last through Christmas. I can show you where to find them if you like.
Oh, you're very kind, but I'm sure it's far too much trouble.
It's no trouble at all.
Come on, Sarah, let's go home.
Wait, Ned. Are they far?
Dad'll kill you.
Quiet, Ned.
They're just over by the lake. My mother planted them years ago. They've never stopped growing.
Oh, tell if you do.
Ned. He's doing us a very nice favour.
I don't care. I will. I'll tell Dad.
You're the one who's going to get it. That would be lovely, Angus, if you wouldn't mind. Come on then, Ned.
I'm not coming.
Don't be silly, come on.
No, not me. I'm going home.
All right then, suit yourself.
You'll see, Sarah. You'll see. You're really going to get it.
Look, if you think you oughtn't for some reason.
No, really.
You'll see, Sarah.
Don't mind my little brother. He just doesn't know how to behave himself sometimes.
For I never will play the wild rover no more. No, never, never no more. For I never will play the wild rover no more.
Who's that?
It's just me, Father Christmas. Ned O'Day.
Anybody else with you, lad?
My sister. But she went the other way.
Glad to hear it. Hang on, what you call me?
Father Christmas.
Father Christmas.
You are Father Christmas, aren't you?
Of course I am, but don't you look in that sack there. I mean, it won't be no surprise if you can see what you're going to get for Christmas.
How come you carry a gun?
Mosquitoes. Big as elephants out here. Man's got to protect himself.
Oh. Is that for me?
Been good as gold, have you?
Do I have to be? I mean, does that really matter?
Of course it does.
Would it count if I was good from now on?
So long as you don't say anything about having seen me. Nobody's ever really supposed to, you know.
Can I even tell Pip?
Who's that?
Pippa McKimmie. She's my friend.
How old?
Same as me, I think.
So long as you don't tell nobody else.
I won't. Truly I won't.
That's the way. Good on you, son. That'll leave me free to bring everybody exactly what they want. See you, son.
Are you sure your father won't mind if I pick some?
Well, why should he?
Well, sentimental reasons, I suppose. I mean, if your mother planted them.
Don't worry. He never comes here.
I can't imagine why not. It's such a lovely place.
It's far better than where we're living now.
Oh, is this your old house?
It's in a pretty sad state, isn't it? But it won't always be. I'm going to rebuild it someday.
Are you? That would be grand.
Just the way it was when my mother put in all these flowers.
Angus, what was your mother like? If you don't mind me asking.
I don't remember. She died when I was a baby.
Does your father ever talk about her? Not even to you?
Well, not to anyone, I don't think.
Why not?
I don't know. I only know that he even forbids her name to be spoken. I suppose he has his reasons. He always does. Whether it's this or whether it's not letting your father use the lake. But, Sarah, I want you to know I don't agree with him. I've gone along with him until now because he's my father. I thought I owed him that much. But I'll be 18 in a month. And after that, he'll have no rights over me. I'll make my own way. And it won't be the same one my father's chosen. I can promise you that.
Ned? You in there? I want a word with you. What happened? It's clean.
I've stacked all of the wood for next winter. And I oiled the tools, see? And got all the rust off. I put nails in the wall, so they've all got a special place. And you can always find them. And you won't have to worry. I'll keep it like this from now on. Honest and truly, I will.
I know, Sarah, but it was getting late, and I was getting worried.
I'm sorry, Mum. Couldn't help it.
Why not? What were you doing?
I suppose Ned's already told you.
No. What?
She went for these, Mum. The yellow ones are for the tree, but these are just for you. Aren't they great?
Oh, where did they come from?
A long way away. That's why it took us so long to get them.
They're beautiful. Thank you, Sarah.
Excuse me, but I'm going to tidy up my room now. If that's all right.
Without being asked.
And, Mum, if there's anything I can do to help make tea or anything, I'll be back out in a few minutes.
You should see the barn.
I want you to tell me about my mother.
Your mother? Well, now, what is it you want to know?
What she was like.
Well, you've seen the picture your father keeps of her. It's a good likeness. She was just like that.
No, I mean as a person.
Well, very like you, I suppose. Soft-spoken, a sweet, gentle sort of disposition, and as nice as could be to any person who came along.
Well, I can hardly believe that Father approved of that.
He was different then. Not that getting a start wasn't hard out here, it surely was. But he didn't seem to mind when your mother was around. Oh, you should have seen them. They were both so happy. She was everything to him.
Then why won't he talk about it?
Don't blame him, Angus. He just can't bear it. He's never got over her dying so young.
I know you still don't feel too good, but you're going to have to sleep out here now. At least till after Christmas. You will be all right, won't you? Won't you?
Jesus' friend of little Mother T.
Ta-da!
That's beautiful, Dad.
Well, it's not a pine, but it's pretty close.
Thank you, Patrick.
Something to decorate, at least.
I'll show you how to make the flowers into chains.
Well, Sarah, the time has come to start chopping the branches off the trees. I want you to take the axe out tomorrow. Get as many leaves as you can. At least the moisture will stop the sheep from dying of thirst for a while. I'm going to have a look around with Tom Murchie.
The water diviner.
Yeah, I'll be here at first light.
How does he find water, Dad? With wires or a stick?
Why don't you come with me and see for yourself?
I can come? Boy, that'll be great.
Sorry, mate. Any use trying somewhere else?
No underground streams. Not round here.
Could you use a hand?
Were you watching me?
Well, I knew you'd have to start hand feeding sometime. Since you have to do this because of my father, I thought it was the least I could do. Oh, it's all right, isn't it? I mean, if I help you.
Yes. Of course.
Mr. Marchie,
What do you got there, son?
the animals. They've been scratching. See?
Ned. Been doing that all up and down the creek.
Place right. This one might be different.
Don't waste his time, Ned. Come on. It's all right, Patrick. I'll give one pass. Keep the boy happy.
This axe isn't from round here, is it? I think the handle's made of oak.
Dad got it from California.
Oh, was that where you lived before you came here?
Oh, San Francisco. Dad met my mum when he was over there for the gold rush.
Mm-hmm.
We came back to Australia when I was 8.
Oh, after they found gold at Ballarat.
No, we didn't come back for that. Dad wanted his own land. It was a kind of dream of his, I guess.
This country hasn't been very good for dreams, has it? I hope we can change that.
Hang on a sec. It's deep! But sure as a devil there's something down there.
See that? I told you. I told you.
You sure did, Ned. Champion water finder. Hey. I'll have a rest. Got a long day ahead of us. Maybe 2 or 3.
No dig for a while.
It's heavy work, mate.
I can do it.
Thanks. Tell you what you can do. Give me a drink of water from the cart.
All right.
Good on you, mate.
G'day. Listen, you wouldn't have a bit of work for 3 all-rounders, would you?
You work for Watson, don't you? Not anymore.
Yeah, give us a sack he did.
What, just before Christmas?
Yeah. And with Billy still blind from working in the dust storm the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much else going at the moment. Not even washing glasses or chopping wood. Look, the fact is, we could do with a bit of money right now.
Fact is, I'd like to help you, but I haven't got any cash.
We don't ask for much. No, look, the union need know nothing. And all we ask's some feed and a bed for the night.
Can you dig?
After 5 years in the goldfields.
Right. You're on.
Never found nothing, of course. Here, Jamie, you can have first go. Oh, no, I reckon Bill's first. There you go, mate. Hey? Never mind.
Just make sure there's somebody there.
Oh, hello again, Watson.
And you, Mr. Gullett. I understand I'll have the pleasure of seeing you at my house this year.
My man's been out to tell you, has he?
He has indeed.
Lovely.
The governor's nephew will be there, won't he, Mr. Watson?
Okay, Mrs. Gullett, he certainly will. And I assure you, it will be a momentous celebration, worthy the occasion and the company.
I'm sure. Watson's purchased just about every ounce of goods in Mitchelton for this, as I hear it.
Oh, terribly convenient. Of course, we have everything sent in from Melbourne, but it does get rather tedious.
Oh, Watson, you remember our daughter Penelope, don't you?
How do you do, Mr. Watson? So nice to see you. It's been such a long time.
You've been at boarding school, haven't you?
Yes, the ladies' college. But that's all over now. It's off to France in the autumn.
Unless I get married first, of course. Isn't that right, Mother?
That's assuming you find a suitable partner, dear.
I found it, Mr. Watson. Stand aside, please, ladies and gents. Make way.
What in heaven's name is that?
'Tis a Yule log, Mrs. Shipped out all the way from the old dart.
A Yule log? From England?
Well, the local ash simply doesn't burn properly. But for such an important tradition, nothing can substitute for the real thing, can it?
I should say so. What Christmas would be complete without one? Well, we'll see you there, shall we?
You certainly shall.
By the way, Mr. Watson, do give my regards to Angus. I'm just dying to see him.
Penelope, young ladies do not die for anything.
Sorry, Mother.
Struck Ireland yet, Jamie?
All right. Reckon you can find your way home from here?
Sure. If I stop by McKimmy's.
Well, better warn your mother. Tell her she's got 3 extra for tea. Oh, and see what you can do to make the boys comfortable in the barn.
You reckon it'll be long?
If we find water, anybody's guess, Ned. Anybody's guess. Off we go.
Excuse me. Have you seen an old man with a white beard?
White beard? Who is it you're looking for, son?
I don't know. He's just sort of a swagman, I guess.
Ah, have you seen him before?
He comes round every year.
Oh, a friend of the family, is he? No, I haven't, but I'm looking for someone who fits that description. If you or your family happen to see someone who looks like that, you'll let me know straight away, won't you? Now, you better be off home. It'll be getting dark soon.
No, never, never no more. And I never will play the wild rover no more.
Father Christmas! It's me, Ned O'Day. Could you come with me, please?
I'm trying to have my tea, if you don't mind.
You know that puppy you led me to? It's really sick.
What?
It's sick.
Look, mate, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. A dingo puppy.
You've got a dingo puppy?
But I think it might die.
So what am I supposed to do about it?
I thought you wanted me to save it.
A ruddy dingo? Good riddance. The fewer of them, the better, I say. Oh, now, hang on a tick there, son. Just having you on. Come back here. Go. Yeah. Yeah. What did you say was wrong with the little fella? Now, go on. What's the problem exactly?
He won't eat, and I can't make him sit up.
Don't sound so good, does it? And you reckon Father Christmas could work a miracle on him, do you?
Couldn't you?
Well, I might just know a thing or two about dogs. I've been treated like one often enough myself. What do you say we go and have a look?
Just around here.
Ah, this is a young one, all right. What you been feeding him?
Milk. From the go.
Well, just putting it in a bowl like that, huh?
Yeah, well, that's good thinking, I reckon, but I don't think it's enough. Look, have you got any chickens around the place? Well, mix a couple of eggs with some sugar and then pour milk all over it. It'll make it into a real gooey mess, but that's what you want. Then dip your finger in it, like this, then open his mouth and let him lick it off. See? That's the way. Just a bit at a time. Might take a couple of days, but he'll soon be nipping at your ankles and making a regular nuisance of himself. I suppose a little magic wouldn't hurt either, you reckon? Abracadabra. There. If that don't do it, nothing will. All right, little mate. I've got to get going. There's a friend waiting out for me tonight.
The policeman? He said he was looking for somebody like you.
Oh, he did now, did he? Which way was he headed?
North, along the track, towards Mr. Watson's.
Ah.
Father Christmas? Will Mr. Watson be getting any presents tomorrow?
Not from me, he won't.
All right, let's get tucked in. Oh, Ned.
I had to, Mum. She's sick. You won't tell Dad, will you?
It's late. Get some sleep.
Good night, Mum.
Good night, Ned.
Good night, Dusty. You'll be lots better tomorrow. Dad will find water, and wow, do you see the bank that I'm going to get.
Oh. Well, the wife will give you a feed. You can bed down in there. It's not much, but it's all we've got to offer.
Well, we're not used to the Savoy, mate. Do us proud. Hey, look at that.
What?
It's the moon, Bill. Blood red. Bushfire moon. There must be a bad fire up north. First class meal, Mrs. O'Day.
Oh, thank you, Sharky. I just wish I'd had a little more to offer.
Best we've had in a while, eh, mate? That's right.
You can see the scratches around his eyes. Does it hurt much?
Nah.
What were you doing out in the dust storm, anyway?
Rounding up Watson's cattle all through the ruddy thing. Wouldn't have bothered if I'd have known about this.
No, don't imagine you would have. Here, Sarah, you hold this. Put your head back. This will make it feel better.
Well, if that's the kind of treatment you get, I'll keep my eyes wide open in the next dust storm.
You're not going to light it, are you?
It is Christmas Eve, Sergeant.
But in this heat, I'd have thought you'd just keep it as a decoration or something.
Where is your sense of tradition, Sergeant? Or have you just been out in the bush too long?
I think you're right, Mr. Watson. I'd forgotten what Christmas ought to be about. My wife and children will be expecting me by now.
Just a moment, it's not 8 o'clock yet.
Oh, I don't think our man will show so.
But the threats...
Idle words, I should think. These things usually are. Well, good night, Mr. Watson. Good night, and a Merry Christmas, sir.
Thought you had me nabbed, did you?
Sergeant? Oh, it was just a social call. I didn't know he was coming.
And I'm Father Christmas. What's the matter? Aren't you hot enough?
That is a Yule log.
Ruddy, ridiculous. Other than that, though, not bad. You've come up in the world, old mate. Looks like you can afford to be generous.
Not where you're concerned.
I was afraid you were going to say that. Didn't get the money, eh?
Not a farthing.
You know, I could get real comfortable in a cushy place like this. Might just stay a while if you don't mind.
I certainly do. Now, some of the finest people in the district will be here tomorrow, and I don't think they'll be charmed by the presence of a thief and a rogue.
I suppose not that many of them these days would know that you and me are like two peas in a pod now, would they?
What do you mean?
You know, partners. With both our names right there in black and white in the lands register. Max, Bell, and Trevor Watson.
And nor are they ever likely to find out.
Just what I thought about them horses I traded up at Swan Hill. Of course, I wouldn't be likely to point it out to them. I mean, even if I did hang around for the big do tomorrow, what reason would I have to spoil the reputation of such a fine gentleman as yourself?
All right, you'll have your money.
By tomorrow?
If you get out of my sight and stay out until every last soul has left my house after the party tomorrow. Now, is that perfectly clear?
Invisible. That's what I'll be. And believe me, I can do it. I'm getting plenty of practice at magic lately.
Six o'clock, Christmas morning and hot already, eh?
Better make a start then before it gets any worse.
Right, may as well. Right, you load the wagon, will you, Jamie? He's a good lad.
Me eyes! Me eyes! Me eyes are better!
What, you can see?
Yeah, well, something anyway.
That's great. Good. See, there is a Father Christmas after all.
More like a Mrs. O'Day, I reckon.
Well, Merry Christmas, Bill.
Yeah, we'll get twice the work out of him now.
You're right.
Now, hang on. I didn't say I could see perfect.
Oh, come on, Bill. Well, Father Christmas will take away the two best presents you ever got.
Me eyes?
Oh, your mates, Bill, your mates.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, not before he's had a cup of tea.
5 minutes, Bill. Merry Christmas, Mrs. O'Day. See you later.
Merry Christmas, boys. Good luck.
Back the cart up a bit, will you, Sharky?
Righto.
What do these do?
We better bring both of them. The buckets. We'll get them. Never know your luck, eh?
Pigs might fly.
Bring the buckets while you're at it.
Merry Christmas, Mrs. O'Day.
Hear that, Dusty? It's Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Ned.
Where are they?
Where are what?
The presents. The ones that Father Christmas brought.
I made a plum pudding. That'll be nice, won't it?
Yeah.
Ned.
Dusty? Come on. It's supposed to be better.
Oh, it's beautiful, Mr. Watson. We needed such a thing in the kitchen, but I never expected one like this.
I thought you might like to use it today for the suckling pig.
Now, wouldn't that be perfect?
Well, Miss Daly, as you can see, we're rather busy, so if you don't mind...
Yes, sir. I'll get to it.
Angus, I've an errand for you. There's a letter on my desk in the study, and I want you to take it to Mr. Scott.
The bank manager.
Yes, the bank manager.
Hello. Right. Ready?
Oh, there you go.
Hit your toe again, Bill.
No, I just got me feet wet. Oh, where's bloody water down here?
He's in up the back of mate. Come on. Come on, mate. We're drying a thirst here.
Hello.
Hey, you beauty. Yeah. Salty.
All that for nothing. Better get your mate out of there.
Come on, Bill. All right.
What are you doing? We're leaving. Why? My father says it's no good here anymore. We're going to stay with my auntie in Sydney. When are you coming back? We're not. Not ever? I'll miss you.
Walk on.
Did Father Christmas bring you anything? No. Bye, Ned.
Found the water, all right. It's salty.
Can't we purify it somehow?
No,
Are you sure it can't be used the way it is?
it'd just be like poison. We finished, Liz. Better get these men their Christmas tea. They've earned it.
Hey! Hey! There's a grass fire, mate. It's heading southeast. Could burn right back through your place.
There, I get the cart round the back. I'll go and load the fire gear.
Hang on, Pat. Where's your hand? Jamie? Bring the buckets.
I'll come too, Ned. I can help.
No, mate, you're too young for this.
I'm not. Please can I come? Mom? You lied. Father Christmas is a big fat liar.
Spotting behind us. Over here with that. Hurry!
Welcome. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Merry Christmas to you, Mr. Watson.
Welcome. How nice to see you.
Welcome to my house.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Watson. Compliments of the season.
Right on in.
Sparks are coming out of the chimney. We could be setting the bush alight.
I hardly think that's likely. Now take that and put it on my desk, then come straight back and help me. Greet the guests.
Compliments of this season, Mr. Watson.
And you, sir. Go right in. I'll join you shortly.
Thank you, sir. I don't mind if I do. Nasty creatures, aren't they?
Ah! Merry Christmas, Mr. Watson.
And to you, Mrs. Gullett, it's good to see you. Welcome.
It's a lovely house.
Well, one must have a few comforts, my dear.
An inch or two of snow would help.
Indeed. Never mind, you'll find everything else inside to give you a proper Christmas. Angus? Mrs. Gullett, Mr. Gullett, this is my son Angus.
How do you do?
You remember Penelope, don't you?
Hello, Angus.
Miss Gullis?
Well, just don't stand there, son. Show the young lady inside.
Thank you very much.
Do you want to look like a colonial? Well, come along.
Just what do you think you're doing?
Hello, mate.
Oh, my goodness. Max Bell.
G'day, love. Well, just look at you. After all these years, and still as pretty as ever.
Oh, get away. Don't think I'm falling for your smooth talk again. I learnt my lesson a long time ago.
Hang on. I had to shove off. Watson had the law on me tail.
You wouldn't have been round anyway. I know your type. Love 'em and leave 'em.
Meg.
Does Mr. Watson know you're about?
Sure does. We have a little matter to settle.
And whatever it is, it doesn't explain what you're doing prowling around in my kitchen.
I came to see you, love. It's been too long, I reckon.
Too long since you had a drink, you mean?
Oh, that. Well, look, it is Christmas. I mean, what else is a broken-down old chum like me supposed to do, having nowhere to go and not a friend in the world?
All of which is your own fault. It would be so if you'd stayed on the straight and narrow.
Too late for that now.
Or ever done a kind deed for anyone in your whole life. Never thinking of anybody but yourself.
Miss Daly, where are you? We get some more drinks.
Meg.
All right, off you go. Merry Christmas, you old rascal.
I was as good as gold, Mum. I was.
You were wonderful.
But I still didn't get anything.
Maybe not, but the rest of us did.
You did?
Hmm?
What?
All the nice things you did for us.
Oh, Mum.
Ned, when you get a little older, you'll learn that that's really what Christmas is all about.
What?
The pleasure of giving, whether or not you get anything back at all.
That's not fair. I mean, what happens if you don't have anything to give?
Well, it just makes it a little harder. But the harder it is to give, the better you feel about it.
Even if the other person doesn't deserve it?
Oh, I think that's probably the very best kind of giving there is.
Is there nothing you could do about these frightful creatures?
Of course, Mrs. Gullett. Angus, I told you to shut the windows.
Father, we can't. It's already 110 in here.
And that young lady should make a perfect match for you. And don't forget the governor's nephew. Make him feel important, eh? I hope that's better.
Let us hope so, Mr. Watson. One finds it difficult to tolerate light.
Perhaps not.
Oh, God.
Mrs. Gullett, what is it?
Up there's a person.
Just one of my men having a little prank. I'm so sorry. Ah, Miss Daly. Dinner will be served directly. Isn't that absolutely delicious? Oh, so hot. No, I don't.
On fire. Please, I implore you, don't panic.
His parties never used to be that good.
Mrs. Daly, would you pick up the pick? Oh, my dear sir, I am sorry. Please, Mrs. Daly, will you pick up the pig? Oh.
Shocking, absolutely shocking, Reverend Menzies. Didn't I tell you? These people are absolutely incapable of organising a respectable affair. You can't blame poor George. How was he to know how vulgar it was all going to be? Come along, Penelope. Get a move on, girl, for goodness sake. And as for you, young man, I think you have done quite enough.
Ruddy wind's changed. Here, it'll swing around to the northeast, sir. Unless there's some spot fires way up that way. Your place is safe. You're home and hosed, mate.
Sharky, what did I tell you?
Oh, you're a real little weatherglass, James.
It's heading for Watson's now.
Oh, not towards the house, but not starting from here. No, it'll miss by miles.
It'll pass right over his eastern run. That's where he's got all his stock.
Oh, crikey, who cares? Yeah, serves he's right, too. Yeah.
Listen, I know how you feel. You can knock off now if you want. You've done your part and I'm grateful to you. But I'm going to get back into it. Watson's still my neighbour. I'd expect the same from him.
Oh, Mr. Watson, I don't know what to say.
Get out of my sight.
Father, it wasn't her fault.
To blazes it wasn't. You're all at fault.
What?
Oh, well, you did your share, didn't you? Avoiding that young lady.
Well, what difference does it make?
The only respectable girl for miles around, and you can say that.
Look, I'm not the slightest bit interested in Penelope.
Then you're a fool, boy.
No! You're wrong. You've been wrong about a lot of things for a long, long time. Ever since Mother died.
Now, don't you refer to your mother in that tone?
No better than forgetting her altogether, which is what you've done.
What?
Well, you must have. Well, you'd realise something. You'd realise that she would never have let Christmas be like this. So empty and meaningless. Truly, Father, if she could see what you've become, do you know what she would do? She would weep.
Angus, where are you going?
As far away from here as I can get.
That's it, little one. There's some life left in you yet, isn't there?
Excuse me. Mr. Watson, I brought you some flowers.
Where did you get those?
By the lake. I know it's on your property and everything.
They're still growing there, are they?
My mum told me that Christmas is about giving things to other people.
Did she?
Yes, whether they deserve it or not. And I knew that you didn't, so you wouldn't be getting anything else. So I brought you those. Angus said Mrs. Watson planted them, so I thought you'd like them. Happy Christmas, Mr. Watson. Oh, and Mr. Watson, I'm sorry that I took that lolly from your tree.
Wait a minute. Come here.
Whoa!
Quick, Bill! More water over here! Come on, move it, move it!
All right, Watson, time's up. Oh! Well, hello, little mate. What are you doing there?
You lied.
Me?
You obviously know each other.
He's Father Christmas.
Him?
You want to ruin the kid's faith in me or what?
He said there'd be presents for everybody who was good, but he didn't bring anybody anything.
Just hang on a tick, son. I could have had problems. I might have had trouble harnessing up the old reindeer or something.
I thought they were kangaroos.
So that was it. Yeah, no wonder it took so long. It put me back half a day on my rounds, too.
What's your back? You mean you're still coming?
Of course I am. You've been good as gold, haven't you?
I can attest to that.
Well, all right, then. You just get on home and I'll be there in a flash.
Truly?
Sure as I'm standing here.
Just a second, Ned. There's something I want you to take to your parents. It's important, so don't lose it. Take care with it.
Oh, well, looks like I'm going to have a real Christmas after all.
Yes, You could. Goodbye, young man. There's your £750. You're welcome to it.
Just like that. No argument or nothing.
Father Christmas seems a worthy cause to me, provided he lives up to his promises. That little boy's given us an opportunity, Max. Let's not waste it, shall we?
Yes, mate. How you going? The word is you had a robbery. Is that right?
You know who done it?
Terrible thing. About how much did the rascal get, money-wise, let's say?
More than he was welcome to. About £100, I'd say.
£100? That's stretching things a bit, isn't it?
Why, what do you mean? What's it to you?
Oh, nothing, really. Well, what do you know? That's what I've been looking for.
Cowbells.
How much for the lot?
Oh, about £2 ought to do it.
Well, I reckon there ought to be enough in there to cover it. See you, mate.
Hey, wait, this is too much. These are gold sovereigns.
Happy Christmas!
Ned, we have been looking for you high and low.
Has he been yet? Has he?
Has who been?
Father Christmas.
I thought we'd been through all that.
He's still coming. Truly he is. He said so. And, Mum, Mr. Watson asked me to give this to you.
Mr. Watson?
Dusty! Dusty! You're better!
What is it, Mum?
Oh, Sarah, look. Oh, you'll have to take this out to your father. Quickly, he'll want to know. Now we can celebrate and really mean it, can't we? Oh, Ned, I hope you're still not expecting a miracle. Just because Mr. Watson changed his mind about the water doesn't mean we're going to get everything we want.
He's here!
Ho, 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 little mate. See? I told you I was still coming, didn't I? You don't mind if I come on in this way, do you? They're not building chimneys as wide as they used to. Ah! G'day, missus. Abra! Cadabra! There you go. And that's just for the others. Wait till you see what I've got specially for you. Let's see. Where is it now? Hope I haven't lost it somehow. Ah, here it is. Here we are.
Oh, thank you, Father Christmas.
You take good care of that. It was a real puff carrying that all the way from the North Pole, or the South Pole, or wherever it is I'm supposed to be working out of these days. Ah, Mrs. Merry Christmas pudding.
Who are you?
Well, it's obvious, ain't it?
He's Father Christmas. And, Mum, look what he's brought us.
Well, for heaven's sake.
And see? I got my bank. I told you.
Just take me traditional little snack here. Happy Christmas. See you next year. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas.
See? I told you.
Sarah, what are you doing here?
Mr. Watson sent us a letter. It's permission to use the lake all we want, for as long as the drought lasts.
Does your mother know? Make it, Liz.
Come on, fellas.
Meg, you all right? I should say so. Never been better. You'll never guess what's happened.
What?
Your father. He did something he's never done before in 20 years. He apologized.
And even brightly shone the moon that night, so the thought was cruel. When Sarah went came inside, gathering winter fuel. Look down on the streets of Stephen, when the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even, brightly shone the moon that night, so the...
Good evening, Mr. O'Day. About the grass fire this afternoon. You and your men came over to help put it out. You didn't have to. But for that, I would like to express my thanks.
We owe you a debt of thanks for the use of the lake.
They can come in, can't they, Dad?
Of course they can. You're welcome, sir. Merry Christmas.
And you, sir.
See? It's a bank, just like I wanted.
Did Father Christmas bring you that?
Yeah, and stacks of other things, too.
Good. You've no idea how glad I am to hear you say that.
Good evening, Mr. Watson. Angus.
They're not from San Francisco, but they're roses.
Oh, Mr. Watson. How did you know? Please. Come have some plum pudding with us. I'm afraid that's all that's left.
What more could I ask?
Come, sit, everyone.
Mr. Watson, please.
You know how I said I was going to rebuild the old house by the lake? I'm going to start on it next week. And my father's going to help me.
That's wonderful.
When you're finished here, I could still use the three of you if you're willing to return to my employ.
Oh, sir.
Thank you, Mum.
Lovely pudding, Mrs. O'Day.
Good, Mum.
Thank you, Bill.
Hey, there's something in here.
Ow.
What is it?
Hey, Mum, look.
What is it, Ned?
Gold sovereign.
Hey, I got one of mine too. Look.
Everyone's got one.
He's got one too.
Except me, because I swallowed it.
Where did they come from?
Father Christmas must have brought it.
Who else?
Hey, watch this.
Now, the only other thing I could have done for them would have been to make it rain. Abracadabra!
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings from Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.